Infinity, infinite.
Infinite is.
And as long as you allow mathematics into your language, into your discourse, into your lexicon, then yes, you can talk about infinity.
This is a national emergency.
Imagine there is a hotel filled with infinite rooms. They are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on forever. This is the Hilbert Hotel and you are the manager. Now it might seem like you could accommodate anyone who shows up, but there is a limit, a way to exceed even the infinity of rooms at Hilbert Hotel.
Numbers never end. That's the basic idea of infinity.
So, let's say only one person is allowed in each room and all the rooms are full. There are an infinite number of people in an infinite number of rooms. Then, someone new shows up and they want a room. But all the rooms are occupied. So what do? Well, a lesser manager might turn them away. But you know about infinity. So you get on the PA and tell them all the guests to move down a room. So the person in room 1 moves to room 2 and the room 2 moves to room 3 and so on down the line. And you can put a new guest in room 1. But if a bus shows up with 100 people, you still know what to do. You move everyone down 100 rooms and put the new guests in their vacated rooms. Now let's say a bus shows up that is infinitely long and is carrying infinitely many people. You know what you would do with a finite amount of people, but what do you do with infinite people? You think about this for a minute and then come up with a plan. You tell each of your existing guests to move to a room double their room number. So a person in room 1 moves to room 2, room 2 moves to room 4, room 3 to room 6 and so on. Now all of the odd number rooms are available and you know there are an infinite number of odd numbers. So you can give each of the person on the infinite bus a unique odd numbered room. This hotel is really starting to feel like it can fit everybody, and that's the beauty of infinity. It goes on forever. And then all of a sudden more infinite buses show up. Not just 1 or 2 but an infinite amount of infinite buses show up. So what can you do now?
Room table and counting, and at a certain point I realized this goes on forever.
Well, you pull out an infinite spreadsheet of course and you make a row for each bus. Bus 1, bus 2, bus 3 and so on. And a row at the top for all of the people who are already in the hotel. The columns are for the position of each person occupies. So you have got hotel room 1, hotel room 2, hotel room 3, etc, etc. And then bus 1 seat 1, bus 1 seat 2, bus 1 seat 3 and so on. So each person gets a unique identifier which is a combination of their vehicle and their position in it. So how do you assign their rooms? Well, let's start at the top left corner and draw a line that zigzags back and forth across the spreadsheet, going over each unique ID exactly once. Then imagine you pull out on the opposite ends of this line, straightening it out. So we have gone from an infinite by infinite grid to an infinite single line. Then it's pretty simple to line up each person on the line with a unique number in the hotel. So everyone fits, no problem. But now a big bus pulls up. An infinite party bus with no seats. Instead, everyone on board is identified by their unique name, which is kind of strange. So all their names consist of only 2 letters, A and B. But each name is infinitely long. So someone is named A, B, B, A, and so on forever. Someone is named AB, 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 etc, etc. On this bus, there is one person with every possible infinite sequence of these 2 letters. Now, AB, A, we'll call him ABBA for short. He comes into the hotel to arrange the rooms. But you tell him, sorry, there is no way we can fit all of you in this hotel. He's like, what do you mean? There is an infinite number of us and you have infinite number of rooms. Why won't this work? So you show him up. You pull in an infinite spreadsheet again and start assigning rooms to people on bus. So you go room 1, assign it to AB, BA, and then room 2 to AB, 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 repeating. And you keep going, putting a different string of A's and B's beside each room. Now there's a problem. You tell ABBA, let's say we have completed the infinite list. I can still write down a name of a person who doesn't have a room yet. The way you do this is you take the first letter of the first name and flip it from an A to a B. Take the second letter of the second name and flip it from a B to A. You keep doing this all the way down the list, and the name you write down is guaranteed to appear nowhere on the list because it won't match the first letter of the first name, or the second letter of the second name, or the third letter of the third name. It will be different from every name on the list by at least one character, the character on the diagonal. The number of the rooms in the Hilbert Hotel is infinite, sure, but the key here, it is countably infinite, meaning there are as many rooms as there are positive integers 1 to infinity, which is real numbers. By contrast, the number of people on the bus is uncountably infinite. If you try to match up each with an integer, you'll still have people left over. Some infinities are thus bigger than others, so there is a limit in the Hilbert Hotel. But what's even crazier is the discovery of different sized infinities sparked a line of inquiry that led directly to the creation of smartphone and the device you're watching this right now. But that's a story for another time.
I want to start with sort of the premise of the film, which is that we're looking for infinity. So where should we go looking?
Well, I don't think everybody's looking for infinity.
Subscribe!